what are some of the unconventional elements that you've used in decks that work very effectively that people might not be aware of?
That's a really good question. I would say that what I do that I think other people don't necessarily do, and this goes back to the question of, having a standard deck that you modify, is I do what I call blending of slides. So I don't want this to become a 20-page deck. So what I like to do is look at information that I'm trying to get in, know that I don't have room for it, but work it into the story anyway. Whether it's, my why now information is really good, but I have other information that's more important. So I'll somehow bake the why now information, some of the trend information or whatever it is, into my problem slide. And I think that you have to be really conscious of how your story elements flow together, so you can bake them or blend them together into one specific slide and get the information across really quickly. And so a lot of times at the end of a deck, I do a review of the deck and I look for a couple of things. I look for things that I could take out design-wise that overcomplicate it. I look for words that I can cut to simplify it. And then I look for slides that I could cut. Do I need all the slides that I have? And I go through that elimination process to get it down to its simplest form. And then frankly, I find somebody that I think is, part of my team that is difficult to pitch, and I pitch them. I'll pitch them on that deck and I'll say, do you understand the concept? Do you understand the opportunity? Do you understand the financial story and the credibility story? And if they say yes to all of them, then I know I've done the job. One of the things that I think is really important, that when you're talking to people to get feedback on your deck, don't ask them for broad general feedback. Go to somebody and ask them those questions. Say, did you understand the opportunity? Did you understand the financial story? Did you understand the credibility? And then ask them, was there anything that you didn't understand? Was there anything you had to read multiple times? And was there anything that would give you pause if you were an investor? If you start asking them for general feedback, they're going to give you feedback on everything from design to your co-founders to just the general everything about it. And when you're collecting all that feedback, founders feel that it's really important to take that feedback and shove it in their deck, and it becomes a junk drawer. And it really becomes what I call the Frankenstein deck, where all of a sudden it becomes 43 slides of what everybody said, and the story makes no sense. It lost all of its pathway. And so I think that when you're going through and you're getting the feedback, it's important to get very specific, focused feedback so you know what to change.